Hi, in this video I'll be showing you how to troubleshoot a network and internet connection problem. So let's assume you have a laptop or a desktop and you try to connect to the internet, you could not connect. Or you observe that your network adapter is not getting the right IP address. So how do you resolve this problem? First of all, what you need to do to actually check if you have the right IP address is to go to your start menu, type CMD, and click the command prompt. Here I'm going to type IP config. So this is going to display my IP address I have, which is allocated to my network adapter. So here you can see I have one internet, I have just one internet adapter, but I'm also using a wireless network. So let me try to connect my wireless network as well. Here you see I'm using a wireless network. I'm going to connect. So it's requesting for my key. Let me just enter my key and click next. So it's checking if that is the right password. So that is correct. So if I just clear the screen and then type ipconfig again once more, here you can see I have now two options, which of course is the first one is my cable network and the second one is my wireless network. So you can see for both I have IP address. But should in case you don't have the right IP address, if for example you get the wrong IP address, like they call the thing the APIPA IP address, what you can do is to type ipconfig and then release and then type enter. So what the release is going to do is what the release does is this: is try to send a message to the DSCP server to actually discard every single IP address that is allocated to your network adapter. So after the release, what I'm going to do is I'm going to request for a new IP address by just tapping renew. So now my IP address will be renewed if no IP address was assigned to this computer again. So if after performing this action, you'll still observe that you don't have you still don't have access to the internet. What you can do is this. So right click on the icon of your network adapter here and click troubleshoot problems. When you click troubleshoot problem, your network will try to connect to the internet. One, try to check if your network adapter or the drivers are properly installed and check if everything is okay with your network driver. If it finds a problem, it's going to list all the problems it found. But if you didn't find any problem, just like what types of network problems are you having, says it will say that there's no problem, so it gives you another option. I will say, okay, I'm having a different problem, or I'm trying to reach a specific website or folder on a network. Let me just say, so it's going to ask me what is the website, or I can just go back. Let me just click cancel and do that again to see the other options I have. Here I can say I'm trying to reach a specific website or I'm having a different problem. So you can say all other computers to connect to this computer, connect to your workspace, use a specific network adapter. So it's going to ask me which of the adapter am I having problem with. So okay, let me just use the Wi-Fi and click next. So it's going to check, collect some information, and it will say troubleshoot could not identify the problem. Why? Because there is no problem with my network adapter. But if you are having problem with your network adapter, it's going to give you an option telling you what the problem is, and from there you can just click next to see if it will be able to resolve the problem. But if this as well does not resolve the problem, what you can actually do is the following. So I'm going to go to my start menu and just type device. Let me type device manager. And here when I type device manager, I'm just going to right click my device manager. Or let me just click on my device manager. So you see I'm not logged on as an administrator, but I'm just click OK. So here I'm going to go to my network adapter. So mind you, if you start the device manager not as an administrator, you may not be able to update some of these drivers. You can see I don't have any option. I just get the option only properties. But if I start this, let me go to the control panel and click administrative tools. And here I can just go to computer management and click run as administrator. I click yes. So here I have the option. When I go to device manager, from here. So under my network adapter, and here you can see I have more options. So you only have more options because you open the device manager as an administrator and not as a local user without admin privilege. So here you can see on the network adapters, I have two options. I have different options, but the main one I'm actually interested in is the internet connection, which is my network internet cable, and my Wi-Fi connection. So if I right click on my network, my internet connection, I click properties, and I go to driver. So here I can check what the latest driver is and the driver version and the date driver was installed. So if I go to the website of my computer, which is HP, and I observe that I don't have the latest, I am missing the latest driver, I can as well download the driver from the website of HP and install it on my computer. Or I can as well try to update the driver from here and say search for updates automatically. But sometimes the driver does not download automatically, so you still need to download it from the website of your laptop provider and then install it locally. So as you can see, it said the best driver for your device are already installed. So let me just click. I can as well search for updated drivers on Windows Update, which of course is going to take some time for this to search for the update and then see if there is any update that is available for my network adapter. So what I can as well do is if I think after installing the driver and I think the problem is still persists, what I can do is I can just uninstall this driver totally from this device. Let me just try to uninstall of the device, the driver for the wireless network, and I say uninstall. You can as well delete the driver if you want the driver to, if you want to install it again. But for now, I don't want to install it again, so I just click on install, and here you can see the Wi-Fi will be disconnected and uninstalled from my network adapter. So, but what I can do to get it back is to scan for hardware changes, and here you see the Wi-Fi network is back again. So if after doing this and you still observe that you are still having problem with your network connection, what you can do is this. I'll go to the start menu and click on settings. And here under network and internet connection, and here you can see that my laptop is connected to my internet adapter, my network, and then connected to the internet. So if there's a cross here that says that you don't have access to the internet, you can click on it, or as well you can show available. Let me just show available network, and here you can see I have a Wi-Fi connection. I can just connect to it. Next, and it will be connected to my Wi-Fi. So I can as well go to my on a network troubleshooting. I can view network properties, and here you can see your network properties if you need extra information to actually solve the problem. And here I can click on change connection properties here, and here we have some other settings which of course we can change from public to private, and we can as well just see if there's a problem. I can say okay, IP settings is set to automatically obtain its IP address from the DHCP server. I can as well say, okay, I want to actually manually set the IP version 4. If you think maybe it's not getting the right IP address from the DHCP server, and you have an IP address which you believe it is free, and you want to actually manually configure it, you can as well just give the IP address, the default gateway, the preferred DNS, and the alternative DNS address. So here, let me just go back again. And also, if, for example, you are still having problem connecting to the internet after doing all these things, what you can actually do, you can actually go to your owner. Here you have the network reset. Network reset will try to reset your adapters, and your PC will be try to reset your adapters and restart your computer to actually resolve the problem. So after resetting your adapter, automatically your adapter is going to receive a new IP address from your DHCP server. Then it will try to restart the computer to see if the problem will be solved. So let me just, if after you've done that, I can as well go to the command prompt here and just type. Let me just try to ping the IP address of the Google. I see I'm getting back a reply from that IP address. I can as well just ping, and still I'm still getting a reply. So if you get a reply from Google, which means you have access to the internet. So if you think you could ping the IP address of Google or any browser, but still could not open, when you try to open the internet, let me just try to open the internet, and still the internet is not, you're still having a problem, what you can do, maybe you need to reset your browser and check if the problem lies on your browser. So if, for example, you are trying to open Internet Explorer in Microsoft Internet Explorer and it doesn't work, you can try Firefox, you can as well try Microsoft Edge, or you can try other browsers which you are using as well. So after trying all these options, and if nothing works, you can as well just try. If you have a network cable connected to your computer, you can take away that network cable, take it out, wait for like 10 seconds, and then try to plug it in again and see if the problem is resolved. If the problem is not resolved, try to make sure that you just restart your computer. And before you log onto your computer, if you are using a laptop, try to make sure that you connect to the wireless network of your to the wireless network before you log onto the computer. So when you log onto to the computer, automatically you have a network connection. So thank you very much for taking your time to watch my video. And I believe if this video has been of any help to you, please don't forget to leave a comment and also try to like my video. Please try to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more IT related video. Thank you very much for taking your time to watch my video. I appreciate you a lot, and goodbye.